My name's Tim Welch. Married to Mindy Welch, and our two kids are Emerlyn and Sawyer Welch. I broke my back when I was 18, in the summer between high school and college, and I was set to go to OU, and I was going to do like pre-engineering or something like that. But I obviously had some change of plans with that. So I was doing construction and for summers, and we were working a lot of hours. And they told us we had to work the Sunday, and because we thought we were going to have that off, and I was supposed to go to a party. So I just got mad. I was like, I don't care if I'm worth anything the next day. So I drank quite a bit, and then the cops came to bust up the party, which where I grew up, they would bust up parties all the time, and they would just tell us to, go drive home, which we always thought was kind of silly. But for whatever reason, I was there and I was pretty drunk, and my ride started running off in my brain. I was like, well, I got to stay with my ride, even though the cars are at the party, and because I had to be at work the next day. So I ran off with everybody. And the next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital a couple of days later. And what happened, from what I can gather, is we were running around the party, and then we were running on the road, and everybody was like, the cops are coming. And so everybody's went off to get off the road, and where I went off to get off the road, I didn't have my glasses on because I was trying to, I look better without glasses with girls and everything like that. So where I went off, there was a bridge, and so I fell like 30 feet onto a dry creek bed and broke my back. Got life flighted up to Cleveland, the most expensive helicopter ride I don't remember. It was a couple of days before I really came to grips. And of course, everybody always says something like, "Oh, you won't, walk again. You won't do this again." Like, "Oh, when you're 18, you're invincible. You don't really think that." And then so it took me a while to like come to grips with that. And then, so it was a year. It took me a year before I'd even want to go into public. So, and then, so it was a long process to, slowly, go back to, living my life and, and figure out how to change things and adjust. So a while ago, so I had a really bad inner ear infection, which was like the worst pain I've ever had in my life. And like the only thing, I would come home, and the only thing that seemed to help was, prayer. Like just, it didn't help too much with the pain, but that it just, calmed me and helped me. And then I remember the one moment that, I was like, okay, I would pray with my wife every night and have her help me. And I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. And like literally the moment I did that, like a calm came over me. The pain went away for a couple moments. And it was just, it was just amazing. And so then I think that's what I needed, because I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. And so I think, I needed to get hit on the head like that with, okay, this is the right path. It's the right decision. And, from there, and then, we just still struggled to find a church that we liked. And then we got invited to come to Tri-Village, and, and then we've been, coming here ever since. Just everybody has things to deal with, and it's just, mine is a little bit more obvious. And so, trust me, for that year, and then sometime after that, I was, I thought about things a little bit more, and you're just a miserable person, and, it's not an enjoyable life. So, it's one of those things I have to deal with. So I just don't think about it. But my faith is really helped me. I don't worry about things like I used to. Things that used to would stress me out. I lay awake at nights. It doesn't bother me. I still obviously I still have obligations and things that I need to, be mindful of. But, at the end of the day, I pray and I put it in God's hands, and, I do what I need to do. And I don't have sleepless nights anymore, like not like I used to. I don't like lay awake, tossing and turning, think about things. And it's a lot better way to live, because I don't worry about those kind of things. There's nothing wrong with feeling sorry for yourself sometimes. We all do. Trust me, I've been there, especially if the weather's bad, whatever. And I've lived in Ohio. It's dark, 6 months of the year. But, the next day is, it always there's always the next day is better. So just, get through it. Sometimes you have to go through a storm or two, and you'll come out hopefully stronger. The scars are good, so everything makes you stronger, I think. So yeah.